And so I'm like, oh shit, this thing literally hooks to the back there and allows you to have like a smartphone display. If let's say you want to like see yourself.
I almost forgot to press record. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I saw that.
Yo, why did you
Oh my
fucking say
God.
anything? Unbelievable.
I thought you were just warming up. I just hit record just because like I don't want to like.
I want to record the warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
then
want to
we'll
record
get
the warm up
a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah, I want to record the warm up, and then I want to get into the intro, and then I want to get to it. Halfway segment. We're here to go, baby.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, dude. Yeah, last week.
Why are you sighing?
Yeah, I'll get into it. This is like a very raw part of like.
Okay, I like that.
Like more, just I feel like it's raw for me. Not really raw in the bad sense, but it felt like there was a lot of like me taking L's, and I can't really begin to describe.
Taking L's.
Yeah.
No.
Well, okay.
I guess we'll get into it when we get into it.
when we get into it.
But was
yeah.
the week good though? Did you have a good week?
The week ended good. I think that's
Net week, is it good? Positive?
Oh,
no.
No, not a positive. I think it was
50-50.
50-50, but it ended on a sweet note. And then yesterday, like I shot a wedding and everything. So
I saw.
yeah, everything was the week ended, I think, in a sweet way. But the rest of the week was just kind of like a lot of like weird ups and downs emotionally. I think a lot more downs than ups at all.
Shareables?
So, shareable with no names.
Of course.
Yeah, shareable with no names.
I'm gonna automatically have to pick at it a little bit, but then I know yes, I will give you respect. I will give you respect.
I'm here, like
in terms of the names. I mean,
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
okay. So the fun part about it is that, like, I know we've always wanted like
Yes.
something a little bit more unfiltered, right? Or at least a little bit more raw and like me kind of.
it
like,
doesn't have to be explicit.
not explicit,
Yeah.
but just like I said, it's. I think in the process of us waiting a week to do a proper recording, since we did hang out the day before, and Sundays would be
You're
like,
talking about last week, right?
Last week, yeah.
Yeah, if we were not gonna have a good podcast,
yeah,
for sure.
but it's funny because I think that Saturday would have been perfectly fine for a good recording too.
The Saturday, the day we went to the mall.
Yeah.
Oh no, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, I know.
That
That's
would've
why
been
I was like,
amazing.
I should save this, but then I'm like, nah.
we
we're
had a
also
podcast
Yeah,
in the
but
car.
Honestly,
Hey,
it
yo.
is probably nicer to like talk about, like, because again, when you're there and trying to save it, I think it's not. You should be able to share and talk about it regardless. But it always makes for good content when you're able to talk about it on the spot. And
It's
again,
fresh.
it's fresh.
See, that's what I was thinking because like something happened to me on a Tuesday,
Mhm.
on a Monday, and I was so hype, and I was 2 seconds away from like, oh my god, we have to go do the podcast right now because like I have a feeling that when Sunday hits, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be as excited as I was on that Tuesday and Monday, and it's true. It's true. It's not the same feeling. It's significantly less. I still want to share it with you. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, because you used to do Tuesdays, like Tuesday recordings.
No, it's just something happened to happen. Something happened to happen to me.
Okay.
on that Tuesday.
Actually, so I do want to know what. Before I guess I dive into my week, I am really curious about yours. Like, how was your week?
My week net positive. Net week. Positive, but not overwhelmingly positive.
That's better than mine.
I have to say this though. The last fucking 8 weeks that we've had, I've always had something happening. Whether it be, okay, Kelly's coming home. Okay, before that we're going to the beach. Before that, the next week before that, we have some other shit. A fucking month before that, we had the wedding. A week before that, we had the bachelor
There's
party.
always something
so
going
we
on.
were stacked. This is the first week in 8 weeks, and I'm not counting. I don't know if it's 8, but it feels like goddamn 8, right?
Okay.
This is the first day in 8 weeks, first weekend where
Yeah.
I really had nothing to do.
Okay.
And, it could have been more fun is all I'm saying. I want to go, if I can choose to go out every single fucking night, I'm going to go out every single fucking night.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't care how tired I am. That's just
right.
my prerogative right now. Maybe sound like a hoe. A little bit.
A little bit. There's a tinge of that in there, right?
Yeah.
We like to be social creatures, right?
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, I'd like to think. Well, I think you're an extrovert, Gabe. I think I'm mostly extroverted as of now, but I do think I'm kind of ambiverty.
You? Ambiverty? What is that? Like
You're-
bisexual?
No. I basically could be
Both.
like both.
Yeah,
Introvert and
bisexual.
extrovert.
Yeah, that's what I really mean. No. And I think that too.
Yeah.
I think that too. At least 2025 Dom, because 2025 Dom proved something to me that I'm not used to. This is a Don that's not so introverted, but also extroverted in certain situations. But funny enough, I will say this.
Okay.
Somebody told me in the past that, not really the past, somebody told me this a month ago, that the Don you're seeing now is the Don truly without Gabe and John always there.
Who said this?
I'll tell you later. We're going to X that out. We're going to tell you later about that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the truth. Sometimes I can't help it. Just like you said, 2025 Gabe is extroverted Gabe. Even though last podcast year, right, season 1, what did I say? Oh, maybe I'm getting a little bit more introverted. I don't think so. I have been pulled back to extroverted nation. Okay. Yeah. But more importantly is when John is there, when Gabe is there, I don't mean to sound fucked up on us, but we suck the air out of that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like subconsciously, we suck the air out of it.
Oh, okay. I have my version of that thought, and it's funny that you bring up the whole versions of me.
Yeah, it's a season.
It's a season, but again, no. I think so. Going back to that, whenever we used to hang out back in college, again, you and John had innately better like energy synergy. Synergy.
Energy. Oh, like me and him together. Yeah, like was a force.
Yeah, like no, like we're all like
we all have a certain force, but together. I know what you mean.
But I feel like especially when you guys are ready to do like like go out and do things or do like some fun shit. Like you guys always were able to bring that energy to the table. And so for me, who can maintain that energy also, but sometimes when you guys have enough. Like you're like the power of the sun combined.
It's
right?
too much. It's too much.
It's so much that I'm just like, I don't need to like add to the output. Like I can just live off that. But then that would kind of put me in the back burner. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that, I do feel like, especially whenever we're like, all three of us would be going out to like parties or events. It's like, I feel like I'd be the little bit more quiet one, if you would. Right?
Yes.
And so there, I wouldn't be able to kind of put myself out there in the same way.
It's clearer to see you and your aura when some other people's aura is not in the picture.
Yeah. But at the
strong auras.
But at the same time, no, I mean, I feel like now it's a little different because I'm a lot braver in being able to put myself out there.
You have bigger balls?
I like to think so, yeah.
I think bigger balls.
But nah, dude, like honestly, it's because I felt like you guys were a lot more social than me, and you guys had a lot more experience talking to people and being able to put yourselves in uncomfortable situations. And for me, especially fresh into college, like, in high school, I was always that one who was like, busy studying and like, at home, like playing video games. And not that's a bad thing.
Don't get me wrong, we was doing that too, motherfucker.
But I always like, I didn't really feel as comfortable like putting myself out there in the same vein. And so like, I was always just kind of observing you guys and be like, oh man, how could I be like that? Like, how can I have that, as part of me? And so it's me kind of just watching you guys and trying to like figure out my own way of doing things. But, the weird part is...
Oh, that's a perfect segment. Go ahead.
I feel like, again, I always felt that it was always there in me. I just was afraid to kind of like just do it, or at least put myself out there. And again, I spent a lot of time just trying to be like perfect and doing things like the right way. Like I always want to like, again, I play a lot of video games. So it's like, there's perfectionist attitude. Like, okay, I got to kill this boss in one shot. Yeah. I got to do it in one take and everything. And it's like, no, at this point, like, don't worry about having to always get it right. Especially
oh my God. I cannot, people. Whatever you just described there, I cannot, that's the hardest thing that I'm trying to get over. And it's okay. You've done something before with success, right? You know the building blocks of what it takes to be successful in that section of your life. Now, when you are trying to do it for something else that you are not so experienced in, what ends up happening is because you're so logical in how the successful one got successful in the first place, you try to be ultra perfect in what you're doing now. Yeah. And almost, it's kind of funny because, going back to the first thing that you got successful in, you weren't like, you didn't know the road of getting there.
Yeah.
You were just free balling it.
Yeah.
And now, it's just so hard for me to let go of certain aspects of the podcast. This is the third time we recorded and nothing has released yet. So in my mind, I cannot, this is something that I'm almost admitting to you, I cannot release it when I know that it's not, when it could be amazing.
No, I get
now.
it. I get
it's
it.
like,
I mean, Gabe, you're an artist as much as me. And again, I know a lot of people.
I'm sure you know this also. I'm sure you know the feeling.
No, like, and so there are times where like I do things and it's just like, man, like, that over-analysis paralysis is always something that kind
oh
of
my God,
plagues
it's terror.
a whole bunch of people who are trying to create content, art, and that's the problem, is that I suffer from that. Like, I've made a bunch of like, videos that I'm like, like this could have been so much better. And, a lot of people have no fear putting things out there, knowing that it's just kind of their catalog, their work in progress. And they can always go back to it and be like, you know what? I put that out there, even though I know it wasn't my best. And that is the problem, I guess for someone like me who likes to put stuff out there, but I'm like, like, what is the intent by this? What am I putting it out there for? And if it doesn't achieve that, then, I'm not someone who likes to do it for the sake of it. I want to make sure that it actually accomplishes what it intends to do. So you telling me about like not releasing certain episodes of a podcast makes sense. I'm not going to fault you.
But still, the point of the original thing was, just sometimes you just have to let them go, right? Because big example, whenever I release a highlight on the podcast, right? What ends up happening is I will end up rewatching that reel, probably like, realistically 5 times because I'm trying to track it. But by the 5th time I watch it, I would have said to myself, oh, wow, I should have did it like this, or, have a little bit of a detail or an addition that would make it better. And like, oh, damn. And it kind of makes me feel that type of way. But, I have a feeling that no matter how good it was, even if I did release it with that change, I would have still watched it 5 times. And I would have still found something to improve it again.
Oh, dude,
so
that is an editor's problem. Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
So this is where like when you have people who again create their own, they're like the producer, editor, director of their own like stuff. Okay, this is why again in the film field we have people who are explicitly editors.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're detached from it, like in a way that we are so.
Oh my God!
Connected to that.
I wish it was like that.
Again.
I wish it was like that.
You have like, so the thing is, you have to be able to navigate like the things that you wish you were in, like inside that product, and what should be just simply the beats that hit, for the story that you're trying to tell.
And it connects me always to my main passion. Like when you're doing something like this, when you're doing something creative like this, and you have to do every single job.
Yeah.
You probably got into wanting to do that shit in the first place because you specifically liked one aspect of it. Oh, I really, really like being in front of the camera.
Right.
That is my main shit.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like recording it, when it comes to like scripting it maybe, or, crafting it thematically, or editing, right? Yeah. Those are different. Fuck, I'm not as passionate on those shits as I am as being in front of the camera and pressing record.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I.
Damn. Dude, don't worry. Look, again, you're preaching to the choir, and you're saying something that I know a lot of people.
You probably know it 10 times more than me. That's crazy.
Dude, no, it's like, again, in the film field, especially when you're writing something and you end up directing it and shooting it, every little detail that you put into it, and you have an idea how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And if it's not all that, it doesn't come together the way you want it to and that you envision it to, yeah, of course it's going to feel...
It's heartbreaking.
It's going to suck. It's going to suck so bad. No, and I get it. And dude, sometimes like, once you're doing these type of things and you feel like it's taking longer than expected, then you're just like, man, do I just suck? Do I just not know how to do anything? Or like you have this whole like this sense of like regret and even sometimes resentment of like shit. Like
is this even worth it?
Is it even worth it? No, yeah, dude. No, that's just again, crazy. It's a very real thing for I think an artist and a content creator in this day and age. Like
that's so
trust
fucking
me,
nuts.
Like some people are able to keep it streamlined, but here's the thing though. This is where they also then like once they have these story beats that they seem to adhere to, they find their secret sauce or their formula, then they keep on doing it and they keep on getting burnt out.
Yes.
It happens often. It happens.
I don't want to get burnt out.
No, and you don't want to.
Because I really, really like what this gives me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, when you think about your life, you separated it into a nice pizza pie.
Yeah.
And then a good portion of it is your work that you have to work and that you have to do your 9 to 5. If you have a 9 to 5, high chance that you do, right?
Yeah.
And that takes a good amount of that fucking pie already. All right?
Mhm.
Sleep takes a good amount of it. Of course, you need to have this.
Yes.
And also, anything else. And this itch, this missing piece of this pie,
Mhm.
doing this fulfills it for me.
Yeah.
That's the
you
feeling.
need an outlet. And again,
Hmm.
it's important that you have these type of outlets that keep you whole, because again, we're adults, like working is a huge portion of that, being able to maintain the energy to
I don't want to
work.
sound campy. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
dude,
I don't want to sound campy up in this
look,
shit.
it's I think a very common trope
get to
that
work,
our
bitch.
generation talks about all the time. Like I feel like I was out Friday night, hanging out with a friend, and we're just kind of talking about like life and adulthood and just like where we are in our current like age, like in our 30s. And it's again just a lot of reflection, a lot of like cynicism, a lot of cynicism, man.
To make an ultra long story short, because I've had thoughts about like, where I am in my point in life,
Mhm.
right? To make an extremely long story that involves, finding the solution to that, finding what gives you peace or whatever. At the end of the day, what am I talking about? I'm talking about, what is the line that you said?
Oh, like adulting, cynicism.
Yes, all of that shit doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all. As long as you're okay with it, that's really the only way you can get past it. Because there's a lot of things. Okay, such and such is disappointed in me because I'm doing this. Or like, maybe I'm too much of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't actually have the means in order to get it done. Or maybe I do, but there's something just missing there in order for you to get it done. Right? Just like my mental block of being a perfectionist in that way.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I think that was a very good warm up.
Yeah, that was a very good warm up.
That was a
Actually,
very
I
good
mean, again, we're
warm-up.
not even to like the nitty gritty of it, and
Damn.
oh,
I got too high over there. Did you see that?
yeah, I felt that.
I love
I was
that.
not even there. I didn't even have the contact high, but I felt that.
Oh, man.
All right. Well,
Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome to season 2 of the Dualcast.
there you go, baby.
Our setup has changed dramatically.
It has evolved.
It has
It has
evolved.
moved on to the next stage.
And I think we've been working on that because, again, we've wanted to, I guess, expand and also take it in a higher direction. And this is why we are currently here with our current setup.
We wanted to solve a problem, right? At the most affordable way, in all truth, but to solve a really, really complex problem that we couldn't figure out when we were doing it through the webcam.
Yeah.
And being in a car together, for whatever weird reason, it is the setting that actually supports it as well. Puts you in this mode of conversating.
Well, we've always had that ability to conversate, if you would, right?
We could do it in the on the webcams for sure.
Yeah,
But there's a huge difference when we're together.
well,
Do you feel that or no?
I feel that.
Maybe?
Well, I feel that, but also I think
I thought that was the whole point we were doing this.
yeah, that's a huge portion of it, right? But I mean, I'm just trying to reinforce that I think even when we were on like Discord, we were able to kind of talk the way we did. But
Yes.
we always felt that we had to adhere.
Forced.
Yeah. Well, because the thing is now we're looking at images of ourselves and we're just
I
getting a
love
little
that
bit-
though, dog.
Yeah, it kind of vexes me sometimes. But more importantly, what vexes me is that whenever I'm looking at the screen on top of a light on top, and I'm just like getting blind, like, ugh, oh my God. I have
Oh,
to figure
man.
out a place to look at and stare. And you'd see me kind of like looking at the camera.
No pain, no gain.
Yeah. But
you know what I'm saying?
again, like what I was looking for was really a way to talk as organically as we did,
Yes.
either in Discord, where we're just kind of like, not rambling, but kind of really doing these like nice deep dives and reflections. But then also these type of conversations we'd be able to have at a bar with me and
Yes.
him, or anyone else that we're with. Like we can get into these nice, not gritty
pockets of conversation,
but
that are
yeah.
raw,
Yeah.
right?
You know, and these like I think lightning in a bottle, like things that happen, especially when you're out with people, but doesn't feel forced. Like again, you could just be out at a cafe or again.
Yeah. That's why I got the coffee. That's why I got the coffee for no exact reason.
Yeah.
Like
And we also
this shit
needed
was fucking $7, yo.
and we needed a place that would be private enough that we wouldn't be bothering anyone else while we're having this conversation. So,
Last fucking week when we recorded at the park, a bum went up to the fucking car. Okay? We had to fucking bolt out of that bitch. We didn't think about that. We didn't think that we would get approached ever.
nah, yeah. Well, I mean, I thought of it as a possibility. I mean, wherever you're at, there's always possibilities for people to approach you. It's just that at that park,
I
I'm
couldn't
like,
fucking believe
and it's
that
like
shit.
it's like, you know, it's like already towards like, you know, sunset. I'm like, oh fuck, all right, we just got to get out of here. And then now you kind of have to figure out like a new location. So you have all these things kind of going into your mind, but then now you have to kind of get back on track with the conversation. So, but that
We're
was
safe here in the arms of our secret location. Okay? Which is kind of funny. It's been so long since I've been here.
Yeah, same dude. I remember coming here for like
No.
for stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not a fucking dumbass and you know where you are and you kind of look at the background, you'll know where the fuck we are.
I don't know if you really could tell, but I mean, I guess if you kind of
If you flip that son of a bitch, you know where you
dude,
are.
This is why you're like, this is
That's
why
why I
when
said
you want to
face
switch it
this
around.
way.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
And plus
Like,
the sun. The sun.
good. Yeah, the sun's good. But I was just like, oh, wait. I was like, you're just pulling up to your car and you're like, no, turn around. I'm like, all right, what the fuck? All right, we're here. All right, so, but we're good.
Maybe season 3 will get a set. Maybe. I have it in my dream. No. Season 3, I know we will have a set. By the time we get to season 3, we will have a set. Maybe. But, you know, who knows? Maybe we might really, really like the way we're doing it right now.
Well, that's a part of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, that's part of it. I
Exactly.
mean, also, I kind of envision at least if, you know, this season continues in like, if we like the way that the season continues, we now have a third person behind us.
No,
Or maybe
I
this
can be
season.
behind. I can be behind.
You can be behind
I
and
would
someone
love to
joins
be
you here.
behind.
And I think that'd be really cool. 'Cause-
Pause.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'd be really cool because now that we have like, again, we've always wanted guests on the podcast and then to have them kind of sitting in a different like seat. Although
That was really fucking, you know, all of the podcasts that we had with guests in the history of all that we've done, it's been a little bit awkward because even though we're used to it, they're not necessarily used to it.
Yeah.
It's not to say that, but it's also, there's so much more factors that actually are involved that it's not as simple as pressing record. You know what I'm saying?
well, not just that, but also like, again, it's easier to talk in person. And then I think we've had enough time developing like our own voices while on like a stream or on a podcast with a bunch of people and learning how to try to not talk over each other. But other people are not used to that. So that's another factor that comes into it.
I'm a fucking habitual line stepper in terms of, interrupting. But bro.
No, it's everyone. I do that too.
Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the Dualcast. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Don, you told me something that you're weak. What's up, bro? What the fuck is going on with your week? Tell them.
Last week kind of sucked for me because like, you know, I think in previous episodes or even just, I think we've talked in private about stuff and it's like, oh yeah, just like shooting your shot with like people. Right. And so that's something that like, you know, I think I've always tried to navigate like a, you know, smooth or subtle way about going about it. And then
What a smooth operator.
Yeah, no, but then the problem with me that I find is that being able to make it not really explicit, but to remove any doubts about what you're trying to do, like take someone out or go out with someone. And so, yeah.
You want to be clear with your intentions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay. And like, there's a couple girls who I feel like I'm trying to like, you know, take out or go out with. Right. And then I definitely, for one of them.
Thank God more than one. Thank God more than one.
Yeah.
Can we say that, number one, before we even continue here? Thank God more than one. No, I'm dead ass fucking serious. There's too many people that can be stuck on one chick at a certain time, and that like chick hurts them for like a good amount of time
I'm not
emotionally.
right now, and so the thing is,
multiple girls at the same time is the healthiest.
again, and I have no rush in anything, but at the same time, I think I struggle with this whole thing of like being able to just shoot my shot and put it out there and make it less ambiguous, right? And
Ooh, I have a very sharp question to ask you, Don.
yeah,
It seems like you don't have the fear to shoot your shot,
yeah.
right? I want you to hear this question. You don't have a fear. You've proven me wrong. That I thought that you were scared. No, I'm dead ass serious. But you have asked out chicks this year, which I was like, God damn. I was like, yo, if this motherfucker's out here doing that, I gotta get to it because like, what the fuck? This is craziness. Anyway,
2025, me.
this is craziness. But I will say this though.
Yeah.
Why do you have a fear of letting them know that you are?
Interested?
Yeah. You know that you want to take them out. You shoot your shot. You're not asking to shoot your shot to be a friend, right? But you have this fear of letting them know that you are. Because it's quite obvious, historically, they don't know that that's your intention.
Yeah.
So you're obviously not putting it out there enough. Why are you scared to let them know?
I think it's a bunch of things. But
I'm
I guess,
sorry if that was harsh, bro.
No,
I'm sorry
it's
that
fine.
was
No,
harsh.
dude, today, like, again, after last week, I feel like nothing, again, it's sort of like, it's like having died against the same boss multiple times that you're just like, yo, nothing really phases me anymore. Either I'm over it or I just have grown, or maybe a little column A, column B, right? So
I'm going to move the camera. Keep on talking.
Yeah. So I think the first aspect of it has to be that, like, number one, I don't want to make people uncomfortable. You know, I've always been someone who I feel like is, you know, receptive to people's feelings and emotions, right? And so, you know, again, I don't want to make people feel like they don't want to be there or they're uncomfortable.
You don't want to make them
me.
feel skeezed out?
Yeah, skeezed out. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I think that's like, you know, that sometimes concerns me, especially where it's just like, oh, fuck. Like, now, like, I mean, the one thing that I've learned is that I'll be cool. And knock on wood, like, you know, again, I'm not going to make it, like, awkward. Like, I'm just trying to, like, move, like, onward with things. But, again, that's something that kind of, like, comes to my mind. Where, like, oh, I don't want to, like, skeeze them out. I mean,
what makes you think that you're skeezing them out, though?
I don't know. I think it's just, like...
I honestly think that not everyone gets hit on every day. Like, yes, girls get hit on significantly more than guys get hit on.
You know, it's funny that
some guys never get hit on. But
it's funny that you say that because, you know, one of my cousins literally said to me, like, yo, you'll be surprised. Like, and she said this, like, all the pretty ones don't get asked out as often as you think. And so you could, like, don't be afraid to, like, ask them out. Like, the pretty ones don't get out as much as you think.
Yeah, I mean, and who cares for the reasons why?
Right.
We could go over, because they're so hot, they're actually, like, making dudes scared. Yeah. Guys are not fucking asking chicks out.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
And so, you know, now that builds on to, like, another point then.
There's some pussy shit, some cell phone
shit.
But
at the same time, like, I also like to be friends with people. Bitch. Like, I kind of want to build, like, again, I think with certain situations of dating, I don't like the interview process that comes with it, where you're kind of just like, oh, so what do you like? What do you do?
You'll eventually find out that you like somebody after being friends with them?
No, it's more of like, so whenever you go like on a first date with somebody, and especially someone you don't really know, you're like asking, again, like I've gone out on like Tinder dates and it's like, oh, like, so what do you like? What do you do? And it's like, I feel like that's kind of a very less flowy conversation.
Okay.
Again, I think that's something that comes with experience where you learn to develop a flow with someone without having to.
Do you think that's their fault? I don't think that's their fault.
I don't think it's their fault. I think it's just a situation, like, you know, dating.
A little bit also, but then, like, you got to get creative with it, bro.
I know.
That's all I'm saying.
I know.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. It
lead the way, bro. That's what you're supposed to do.
It could be a matter of experience versus, like, you know, just, again, really being the situation. Just something that you, again, have to develop your own flow for, right? So I always kind of elected like, oh, well, let me just kind of be friends with them first and see how it goes. But then, again, if we're talking about, like, I guess, dating dynamics, it's like, well, you should let them know immediately. Otherwise, you kind of get roped into this whole, like, you know, I don't really feel like dating them. Like, people have a beat on you then. And that's, you know, people as friends, you don't know them in terms of romantic, you know, relationship perspective. And that's very different, you know. It is. Because, like, I've dated my best friend before, and it, like, our respective selves were not quite the same. I don't know if you feel that's the same way, but it's not that there's any negative or positives. I just kind of learned later on that we didn't gel as much as I thought we would.
Okay, yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that's it.
That
yeah.
last,
yeah.
literally,
it's
all those words, I was a little bit lost. Those last 3 words.
Yeah. And I think
That makes sense.
that's it, right? So
Yeah, it just really isn't it.
So again, at the end of the day, a lot of it just probably is just me thinking too much. I think that's really what kind of comes down to it. It's just thinking too much about it. And at the end of the day, also, you're not going to see certain people every day, so you don't have to worry about like having to be around them unless you ask someone out in your workplace, and then that's a different story, and then you're kind of shitting where you eat, right? But yeah, to answer your question, I think those are the 2 things that kind of came to my mind about like, why don't I shoot my shot as often? Or,
No. I know that you shoot your shot. I know that you go out there and shoot your shot. It's proven to me. I've seen it. I know the numbers that you do. I know you have told me everything that you have done. And I'm like, that's kind of a lot, like, for a dude. Okay? That's just the honest truth.
Oh, God.
With the numbers wise. And that's a good thing. I think everyone should be doing that healthily. But since you don't know your intention, it's like you have the actions to take somebody out and court them in that way. But for whatever reason, I have a feeling, in my opinion, that you are scared to let them know. Like, I'm trying to think of a small example that could help paint this out.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you already know that you're going to be there.
Yeah.
You already know that you're taking them out. So why not go a little bit hardball on them to let the point be fucking known? Because really, are there guys out there taking girls out just for friends? Let's be fucking real about that. Are there guys out there that get close with chicks just to be their friend? I'm not really sure about that. I'm not really sure. I think that's a really uncommon occurrence. I would think any guy that takes any girl out does not have that intention. They know when they're hanging out with one dude, one alone, there's gonna be some interesting vibes here. We're gonna figure this shit out, right? So when they don't have a clear understanding about that, really, then what you have to do is kind of put your pedal to the gas, not in terms of asking more chicks out. You do that already, baby, right? But, being a little bit more, go get it. Go get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny. That
what do you want me to say?
No. It's funny that you say that, because, like, I remember, like, there's this girl that I was dating earlier this year, and I don't know what happened, right? But, like,
I'm trying to think about some shit I did in the past, and I'm like...
No, this is kind of a good thing, right? Because sometimes, like, I don't, like, grab their hand or do anything kind of physical immediately. But then I don't know what happened, but I think I was just, like, being, like... We just ended up holding hands, while walking down the block. I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah.
Yo, I gotta tell you some crazy shit.
Yeah. No, so it's funny because, like, again, and I even as good.
Oh man.
Even though I feel like I have good recollection of memories and everything, but especially when you're thinking about how you do it, how you're supposed to go about things and do it, you forget what worked, what didn't work, and I have a really bad habit of remembering where I was actually
wrong instead of great.
No, I remember all the things I do wrong. I never remember what I do right. I think that's a consequence of, like, just how things are, where, like, I feel like I usually tend to measure myself on how bad I do rather than, okay, what are the things that you actually did right? And so
we have to fix that right now.
No, but you literally brought up to me something that I'm, like, starting to kind of, like, piece together. It's just like, okay, so what worked for this, worked for that, worked for this and that.
But let me tell you, it will work at a higher chance because you've seen it work before. But it doesn't mean it's always going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Of course. Yeah. But, no, so, yeah, just, again, knowing what worked for this, worked for that person, vice versa. I mean, again, you kind of have your framework of, like, all right, well, you're starting to develop your kind of jive about things, right? And so, yeah. I mean, yeah. I appreciate you telling me, though, that, like, I shoot my shot more often, because sometimes I don't think I do it. But
no, you shoot The
Also,
amount of people on this, I'm not even trying to blow up my dude right now.
damn, I feel like I
The
suck.
amount of people that is on his calendar is sufficient. It's way more than one. Okay. And one is good because you're trying. But also inherently, if you only have one, all one is in one basket. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's not good. Having multiple is a good clear of mind. It gives you the feeling of selection. You already have not perceived selection, it is proven selection because people are actually saying yes. But, bro, when you get on the date, you have a roadblock there. If you want to try to solve the problem, I don't mean to be going back on that problem.
No, it's okay.
But a lot of people kind of have different spots where they have like issues. Bro, I can't even get it like ramped up in my brain to want it. Actually, I do. But I only put all eggs in one basket. That's why I keep on going back to that. Anyway, but come on now. What were we talking about?
Roadblocks.
But hold on. What's going on with the week though? Why is it this week? What happened this week?
Well, so for what? Yeah, I shot my shot, got turned down. Kind of just like, oh man, that sucks. I feel kind of like vulnerable and embarrassed right now because I didn't know this
You
person.
shot your shot when? What did you do?
I just said like, hey, let me take out the dinner, and then
When?
This
To
like
who?
Monday.
Okay, okay.
This Monday.
Yeah, no names.
No names.
So you ask somebody out to go ask on a Monday. That's a tough call on a
And then-
Monday.
yeah.
Okay.
I know, and it's weird because like I feel like I'm way better in person about asking these things, but I was just like, let me shoot a message. It's not like I see this person often ever, but did and then got turned down. Turns out the person is seeing somebody, so I'm like, all right, cool. It is what it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now that's it. That's the kicker.
Yeah.
That's the different
So
one.
that's the different part. It's just
Oh,
like,
God.
oh man, I feel like I kind of embarrassed myself, and it would have been a lot better if I maybe kind of just fished around a bit
Hey
more.
man, as long as you didn't ooze desperateness, as long as you didn't ooze low worth in yourself, then I don't think that you didn't really skeeze anyone out, man. You hold your head held high. There are some guys that don't even ask chicks out. Okay? There are some men out. This is a fucking problem. I'm a little bit really finding this out recently, but there is a real problem that men are not asking chicks out. They don't have enough balls to even do the first step of courtship. Yes, there is Hinge. Yes, there is whatever, but Hinge has like wildness qualities,
Yeah.
right? And that kind of makes it easy for you to get in. But as a proving ground to things that is worth your fucking, worth your energy and what you have to do as a requirement for you to be in this bitch in the first place, there's some dudes not even asking chicks out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good on you.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Did you crash out? Bro, don't. This is what motherfuckers really want to know.
Oh, no.
You feel bad. But do you really feel like you should feel bad? Did you crash out?
No, not at all. I think it just
No.
it's a sucky feeling, but
Yes.
I didn't crash out. I was just like, oh
Yes.
man, like I hope I didn't make it like too weird. Like if next time I
Did
see
you
it,
say that? Did you say that to this person?
Oh, no.
That you've made. Are you declaring not to feel weird to this person?
Oh no, I didn't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Because that would be crashing out.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You did it. Aw.
Yeah. But anyway, so but what about you, dude? What's your week? And not to switch gears for a brief moment.
There's nothing in my story belt that can top that story in terms of happening in my week. I think that's a very quintessential part of the season. Something that you will definitely grow from. For myself, there was really nothing that was out there. Gym Crush number 2 is back. Okay. If I must fucking say.
number 2. I'm trying to remember who this is.
Okay. I'm going to tell y'all the motherfucking story because I feel like you guys deserve it. And even if this story is out there or not, it is what it is. Okay. So Gym Crush number 2 is the second chick that I was like, I've been going to the gym for fucking 3 years. Okay. And for the first 2 years, at least, I've been going in and I've been going out and not giving a fuck. I never fucking said hi to anyone in there. I was possessed. But somewhere towards a year and a half, my mind has been a little bit loosened the grip in terms of going out there to the gym just to focus on working. But there have been 2 chicks that have been, hot.
Yeah.
She is the second one of this nature, right? So I don't know her name. Here's the thing. The name was told to me, but I totally forgot it. I went, we started seeing each other at the gym, like in passing, right?
Mm-hmm.
First fucking 3 weeks looking at each other, right? Not fucking say shit, right? Probably a month in, looking at each other, acknowledging, smile, maybe a little bit of whatever.
I know
You know what I'm
you.
saying?
Hey, what's up?
Dude, I thought somebody was over there. It made me look over there.
No.
With that one. And then, month in, try to get to know a little bit. Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
What's up? Fist bump. How was your weekend? Da 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 da. I'm playing badminton. I said, okay. I said, what's your name? She told me da 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 da. But just like in Black Mirror when they replay memories that you don't know,
The
it's all
green
jumbled,
one
jumbled.
always like fucks me up just
Right?
because like yeah.
It was told to me. And then all of a sudden, I was like, hey, I have no purpose for this person to be in my life for an extended amount of time. She is only there as a sprinkle, all right, if you will. No disrespect. She's good. Good. I like the feeling of it.
Yeah.
But do I need it? No. I will risk that relationship in order for me to find out, hey, I'm going to ask you out.
Yeah.
I asked this girl out, gym crush number 2, right? And we were calm and cool and friendly, right? Good conversation beforehand, but I popped the question, hey, do you want to go out for food sometime? Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm actually in the middle of a divorce right now. This is the words that's coming out my mouth. I'm going through a divorce right now. So I'm like, wow.
It's crazy.
Not trying to be whatever, but like, if that was a lie, you could have easily said, I'm not interested. But the fact that you told me that it's either it could be the truth, you're really going through a divorce, or you're a very crazy wildness shooter, wizard, liar. That's a fucking crazy lie to throw out
Yeah,
there.
but that's like it's so.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so
outlandish.
It's such a crazy thing that it seems. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's totally fine. I'm not sure even if I said sorry because she was the one that apologized and shit. But she ended up saying that I was kind of cool. And whatever. Try to ease the fucking pain of it all. But for whatever reason, I went back into the car after that gym session. And maybe I kind of did not like that memory in my brain so much.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't disrespectful. It was actually very respectful.
Yeah.
It was the most positive way that it could have gone for someone who goes out to risk it all. To be, hey, no, you're cool, but nah, right? But I still felt really, really, really bad about it. So I forgot about it so badly. For real, guys, I forgot this girl's name. I don't know.
All right, don't worry. I'll be there. And then
Yeah.
if she's there, I'll just be like,
She's the one that looks like an Avenger. Remember you came in there and it was like, yo, this fucking girl right here looks like a fucking superhero.
yeah.
You saw Gym Crush number 1.
Yes, of course.
I'm not sure if you 100% just saw Gym Crush number 2.
I don't think
but
so.
No, I have a feeling that you did because
Or maybe it did.
she's
It's just,
there often,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
But
But anyway,
we've been to the gym a couple times. I've not seen either one or two.
the whole reason I even said that story is because, I avoided, not like I avoided this girl, but we never saw each other again for like a good 6 months. All right. This is the conclusion of the story.
okay.
This is the epilogue, right?
All right.
Right? We never saw each other for 6 months. I'm not sure if she was avoiding me, but I felt bad about it. I felt nasty about it.
Yeah, of course.
Regardless, I kind of maybe saw her in the corner of my eye like a good 3-4 months ago, but we were still kind of away from each other, right? Not in this gym. But as we get closer to present day, I start seeing her again.
Okay.
And on Tuesday, Oh my God, this is the story.
This is why you wanted
This
to
is
tell
the
me
fucking
on
story.
Tuesday. Okay.
I wanted to do the podcast on Tuesday because I wanted to tell this motherfucker the story.
Yeah, we just didn't have a
Anyway,
light at the time, right? But okay.
For whatever reason, I was feeling myself.
Yeah.
I was in magnetic aura status.
Yeah.
Okay. For real.
Man.
And she was there too. But, I didn't care. I didn't want to even talk to this girl. Like, she hurt me. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my fucking thing. But, I'm feeling sexy. I'm like I said, in my magnetic aura.
Yeah.
But I feel her staring at me through the mirrors with her eyes directly. Direct flight vision. But, nah, chill. She just got through a divorce, as she said. Right?
Right.
Fucking, I go over to this machine. She's around this machine.
Yeah.
I go over to this tricep machine. She's around the tricep machine. I go to the bicep machine. She, all of a sudden, right?
Was
I'm
doing
paying no
biceps
mind.
also.
I paid her no fucking mind. I didn't even look at this girl at all this whole fucking time. Gym crush number 2. But she went up towards the bicep machine while I'm doing my fucking set. Voice crack there. Did you hear that? Pump is crazy, dude. And then she pauses. Looks at her phone, and I'm like, girl, get the fuck out of my peripheral vision. For real. I'm trying to do this shit. She fucking walks behind me. I'm like, oh my God, she's gone. Right? She walks back to my literal, like right next to me.
Right.
And then goes to the left side of the stretching machine, just had to stretch there. Like, not even to the deep end of the stretch area where she could have been hit. Because come on, what do you fucking guys think? If you went hit on somebody else, think logically for a moment, even though you're not really supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay? If she got through a divorce and I fucking skeezed her out, do you think she would want to be doing all that shit around me?
Not at all.
Let's be for certain here. Okay? Not to big up. But whatever. I'm doing my fucking set. I finish. I go wipe that bitch down. I get the water. I come back. Right? Play by play shit, even though that's not healthy.
Yeah.
Right? I made eye contact. I gave her the fucking fist. I said, right? And then went on my merry way. I did not give this girl a piece of moment. She has to come up to me if she want to talk to me now. I just fucking went up to her 5 months ago to be denied that she's divorced. You want this shit? Come get this shit. That's what I'm saying. That's what the fuck I'm saying.
No,
Don't play.
That's a weird. Well, okay, hold on. Not to be.
If she does it again, I'm gonna fucking say something though.
Vida, but at the same time,
If she does it again, I'm gonna come up. But that day, you gotta come up to me.
Oh no! Okay, so that's where it gets.
And I forgot her name. I can't say, "Hey, Don." I don't know her fucking name.
Hey, what's up?
I'm literally gonna be like, "Yo, what's your name again?" Honestly, I totally tried to block that shit out of my brain. That ass serious, right?
Okay, yeah. I see. So, it's tough because it's like,
Oh my
you got
God.
denied, and so now you're like trying to like, she's now within your orbit, if you would, right?
That's exactly what ChatGPT said.
Yeah,
that's
but-
exactly word for word.
But now it's like, well, now you're playing the mysterious game again because now you're just like, all right, well, I got denied, so now I just gotta, it's let the dust settle and then just kind of go about it. And then now she's there, and
she's in my orbit. Don't let it screw anything up in my solar system.
but at least you've acknowledged her. But yeah, it's a little tough because in that situation, you could have also been like, hey, what's going on? You'd be like, or what's new? Like, haven't seen you in a minute. You could have been just.
She looks so fucking good, dude.
Dude, I would have
my
been like,
God.
oh, hey, how you been? Like, I would have just been cool.
Oh my God.
Sort of. Well, maybe a little bit more like friendlier, perhaps, right? But also, when you're at the gym, you're not there to like.
I was still fresh in my
Yeah.
brain. I was like, hey, this is kind of like, what's up with this?
Yeah.
Last I remember, I don't want to think about you.
Right.
Okay? So, what the fuck? Give me a fucking day. All
Yeah.
right? I saw her again the next day. And I saw her again the next day after.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's back consistently.
She's back in the system.
Okay.
That's the epilogue of the epilogue. So, yeah, we're going to
It sounds like just the beginning of a new story.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's not. It's the epilogue of one thing, but it's like more of like a commencement. It's the end of one thing, the beginning of something new.
You know, this is the perfect line to segue as we are in 49 minutes of the recording to hear about a new story from someone else for our question of the day.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
yeah.
I'm going to have you read it. You heard?
Yeah.
Where's my phone? So let them fucking know what the fuck we doing with this.
Okay, so the question of the day is usually something that like our audiences pose to us, and myself and or Gabe will give our own perspective on it. So again, this one was given to us probably like last week, I want to say, and then yeah, now we'll see if we can give any of our experiences or input on this person's situation.
Yes, thank you so much for sending out your questions. Number one, I texted you.
Oh shit!
We can have a little bit of a break, and just get it loose out here.
All right.
If you're actually listening to the podcast, you're probably at work. You're probably half paying attention, not at all. But we feel you. We know that you're out there.
All right. So today's question is: my boyfriend's ex texts him these random friendly updates every few weeks, like telling him about her new job, trips she's taking, or stuff going on with her family. He swears it's just her being nice and that they're still friends, but it makes me feel weird and a little disrespected. I brought it up once, and he said, I'm overthinking it. Am I? Should I just let it go, or is this crossing a line? Ooh. Okay, well, I think
let me see that shit.
Yeah.
So this is her boyfriend's ex is texting her updates. Is this a bad thing, or should I let this go?
Okay, I already have an answer for this one, just from my perspective.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead. I think we're in agreement here.
Because,
I think we're in agreement.
Well, one person that I know, again, we were talking about something very similar, right? And he told me, he was like, I would put, like, if we change positions or we flip the roles here, do I feel it would be fair to them also? So I think that's probably the way that I would answer it. Personally, I feel like it's disrespectful and it's like it's crossing a couple lines.
Yes.
Yeah, like everyone's got boundaries, and it's not like, if it doesn't make them feel comfortable, what type of boyfriend am I if I'm like not making them feel like they're comfortable, or I'm doing something rather uncomfortable for them that'll make them question, not only my integrity.
Really on them. That's really on them.
Yeah.
Should she have a problem with it, Don? Absolutely, she should have a problem with it.
Like, I think she should have a problem with it, because this is like boundaries. Boundaries are being like, like stepped on. And so, again, like, I don't want to speak on behalf of every relationship. Some people can thread that line,
Some people can do polygamous. Lord have mercy.
Some people can do that.
I can't do that. I respect it.
I can't do that.
I respect it, but I can't.
That's not something that I can do.
It's not me.
I don't think it is fair. It is kind of funny because, like, I think last year, like, I was like, on like a Tinder chat with someone
who wasn't polygamous.
No, not polygamous. No, but in this type of situation, and she was just kind of like throwing a whole bunch of stuff out there. So I think she just recently broke up with this ex for that same exact reason that we're talking.
She was in a polygamous.
No, not polygamous. No. And she.
Oh
no.
Shit.
She broke up. She broke up with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because, at some point.
Because the ex's text.
Yeah, and at some point it became kind of like gaslighting, pretty much.
Here's my thing. Yes, it's a boundaries thing, but regardless of boundaries, this type of action, receiving text from your ex when you're already in a new relationship, do I think that is a, where does that fall on the scale of a good thing or a bad thing? It's definitely a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
She should worry. You should worry about this. You should bring this up, because I don't think that anybody who's in a relationship with someone doesn't deserve for their partner to be still talking to their ex. It's just not something that should happen.
I mean, I guess not to play devil's advocate here, but
don't get me wrong. I have texted my ex. Don't get me wrong. I've texted my ex while my ex is in a relationship with somebody. Okay, that has with multiple of all of our fucking exes, all of my exes.
Right.
But that's not really something that you should be doing. That's not really something that they should be answering back to. Okay, you cannot control what the ex does. Okay.
Well, I mean, okay,
Right.
right. But,
You can't control what the ex does.
But I'm just gonna play devil's advocate
Yeah.
for a second, here, right? Okay, like it depends. Like, so this ex, like, how long have they been broken up, and how long have they been friends?
What
so
does
to
that
speak?
matter?
They look. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Oh, like they're like best friends
like,
forever.
let's say they dated when they're like 15, right? And then they just managed to be friends, and they're like
okay,
really,
15's
really,
a 15's
really close, right? I mean, again, I'm picking like some like unique situations, right? So that's not fair as like
Yeah.
something to like
That's nothing
hone
to
in on.
excuse it.
Nothing to excuse,
Yeah.
right? But I mean,
I can see it happening though.
yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's up to the boyfriend to figure out how to reassure this person. But if he's gonna kind of just keep on saying like it's you, you're thinking too much. Again, I think it just hones back to like, well, what do you think is fair to them? And especially if you flip the roles around, like, what if she like maybe she elected to not do the same to you because she was trying to be considerate and wiser about the situation. But then if she does this, or like if you do this, then that gives her the room to do the exact same thing. And now you're changing the dynamic, you're changing the status quo. And now this, if it's not properly addressed in a way that you can kind of like, not just simply compromise, but really just like see each other eye to eye on this, then like, yeah, it's just going to spiral out of control. Eventually, then y'all are going to start cheating on each other and be like, oh yeah, I swear, like you're just not like, we're not doing anything. I sleep at her place every like other weekend, but like we're not fucking often.
That's a crazy. I don't even know where your fucking story is going, but no.
no, that's a like basically a Hollywood movie type of bullshit, right?
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna answer the homegirl's question. Am I overthinking? Should I let it go? Or is this crossing the line? You are not overthinking. You should not let this go. And this is 100% crossing the line, in my opinion. Yes.
Yeah.
I've been in every single, we laugh at the fact that, yes, I am the ex that's texting my ex who's already in a new relationship. But shut the fuck up. I think we have been in all of the positions.
Yeah.
Have we not?
Of course.
Have we not been the new guy? Have we not been the lady up in the situation? Have we not been the ex man? We've been in every single fucking situation. And I think we can all agree it's not a good thing.
No, it's not a good thing.
Generally, it's not. There's so many different ways you could fix this problem, and that's really your prerogative. You can let it go. You can have some type of understanding. You could break up with him. You could give him an ultimatum and then he stops. So many different ways. That's something you're going to have to figure out. I can't tell you how to live your life, but is this you overthinking? Absolutely not. This is something.
Yeah, no, and just, yeah, I'd say address this with him. And if he doesn't want to work with you on this, especially if you still feel uncomfortable, like I said, just avoid getting gaslit into thinking that you're the crazy one, because you have work on your gut. And again, not all relationships can thrive on that. I don't think any really, monogamous relationship can work on that premise at all. And it's like, I wouldn't want that. And if he can't put himself in your shoes and see how that's like hurting you, then we got real problems. Then I don't think you should stay with this guy at all. So, yeah, man, that's a damn good one. But like I said, it's crazy.
That was a good one, right?
That was a good one. But
I thought that was going to play out much more crazier than I imagined.
Well,
I was really messy there in the beginning, but because I've been in that situation hard, so I was kind of thinking about it in all the different angles. I was like, damn, this is one that I might say a lot of shit about.
Right.
But really, at the end of the day, not. It's actually a very simple question.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending that to us. Don't forget to send your questions to us. DM us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out a way they can send it anonymously without it being a bitch.
Like, you mean like
Google
a Google
Doc?
form? Google query?
Oh my God. You think so? Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the way.
No. I mean, look, I think
Maybe that's the way.
Look, people can always just send the question to us. We don't have to say like, oh, so and so 00044 wanted, ask this question. Like we don't always have to like.
But some people
put them
do
on
want to be
spot.
anonymous.
Yeah.
Some people do want to be anonymous.
Right. They don't want it to be like, just I get it. But at the same time, like if we're doing that, a Google form would be nice.
Yeah.
You know,
it's the only way.
I'm sure there's like other options where people are just like, oh, just random questions to send our way, and vice versa. But yeah, man, that's a heavy one. That's a heavy one. So I would not wish that upon anybody. Like I hope you figure it out. But,
dude, break up with this guy and holler at your fucking boy. Do you know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh man.
Bro. But how was the rest of the week? I'm sorry about that shit that happened to you. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, no,
but
it sucks.
Rest of the week, bro.
The rest of the week just
as we wrap up.
Let's see. Went out with coworkers to like a rooftop. The one thing that I feel like I do usually like with coworkers or friends is like trying to explore different areas like in the city and
what
like
rooftop?
This place called Zuzu. Zuzu is in like Manhattan West. It's a pretty awesome rooftop that looks over the Manhattan West courtyard.
I think I saw pictures.
Yeah, so like again, there's like Starbucks, Whole Foods, and Equinox, and like a whole bunch of like.
I haven't heard anyone pronounce it that.
I don't know.
Equinox.
How do you say it?
Equinox.
Equinox. Okay.
Maybe Equinox is how it's said.
Yeah, Equinox. Yeah, probably.
Dude, that sounds richer. That sounds richer.
Yeah, so
Equinox.
Thursday night after work, went there, had a couple of drinks with some coworkers, and then Friday went out with somebody, and then Saturday I shot a wedding.
You want me to skip that question? You want me to skip?
You can fire away. Yeah, cool.
You went out with somebody on Friday? Like who?
A friend.
Oh, see, I told you, bitch ass. I told you. Anyway, all right. But then you worked the wedding on Saturday?
Yeah.
Indian wedding?
Yes.
Fucking jealous, dude.
No, it was good. Well, so the first part of it was like getting ready at like Port Washington, and then after that, the church ceremony was in Elmont, which is like about 30-minute drive, and after that, then we went to Leonard's in Great Neck. Leonard's where we had like a formal with
the same fucking room.
No, like the
bigger room,
the bigger room downstairs. But like, honestly, I hate that room because it's like
nasty. It's not. It's downstairs.
It's downstairs, but also like I have no service down there.
No.
Yeah. So you feel like you're basically inside of a bunker.
Leonard's the one that has the outside patio?
No, it's not like Ducks and Leonard's is the one. Remember, like
the expensive one with the colors?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's a very popular
I
wedding
can't believe
venue.
we were like, we got to choose the most expensive one.
Honestly, I don't think it was that worth it. And nothing, just, yeah,
it wasn't that necessary.
Yeah. But that was yesterday. So shot, from 10:30 to like 10:30. And then, just wrapped up. But that was like my week. And the week capped off pretty nice, So what about you, dude? Like, what you do?
The rest of the week, I just went to the gym every single fucking day. I'm working out very, very specific muscles. I'm maintaining all my other muscles. I'm concentrating on my diet. It's hard because I am low calorie right now, but I'm still trying to build muscles. So it's kind of like, what are you really doing? I just don't want to get any fatter than I am, and I want to continue to lose weight. I've lost 5 pounds in the last 2 weeks. I want to get my number down, but I'm going to tell you, if you're somebody who has eaten rice your whole fucking life, getting off of it it's not like regular food for other motherfuckers. Like, if you stop rice, shit just stops working. I'm telling you. I don't want to get crazy, but shit stops working. But the moment that you get back on the rice, everything works. So it's like, what the fuck? So it's a very hard kind of misstep.
Is it not working because you feel like you're not performing the way you do?
Hold on. It's not only a sexual thing.
No,
it's
sorry, I
not
didn't mean to say that. No, it's not to make an innuendo.
Like, even my sleep sucks.
Okay, yeah.
My sleep sucks.
No, I'm a firm believer you can't cut certain things out, but it's tough, especially when like a carb, or Filipinos in general, their culture is about carbs. But that's because of our like, you know.
This isn't the Mount Rushmore of food.
Yeah. Like it's
For
hallowed.
Filipinos.
But that's because like
Rice.
our main dishes are so flavorful. You need something to offset the flavorfulness of it.
Yeah.
So it's like the perfect pairing, if you would, right? You know. But yeah, I get it. You know. Like I feel like a lot of other cuisines tend to be a little bit more boring. You know, so what's your alternative? Let's say you decide to go for Italian. You go for like pastas and breads, and that's also
I try
just as
not to
bad,
go
too.
Italian because I know I cannot be stopped. You put me in King Umberto's, I cannot be stopped. But I don't try to go too crazy. Like shrimp scampi maybe.
But
Try
I
not
feel
to
like,
go full blown pasta.
But that's the thing. It's like also Filipinos would take like a dish like that and still pair it with rice.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So yeah,
Maybe the mussels. They're gonna get me fat off the bread.
yeah.
Know
but
that.
Commit carbicide basically.
But the point is, your boy's fucking on it. I've been having less energy throughout. And not even just less energy on my workouts. But by the end of the night, I don't want to do anything. Even though I've been going to the gym every single day, I've been taking it easy this past weekend. But, my heart wants to do it, my mind wants to do it, but the body cannot do it. And I need those days of rest. I was like, my body was breaking down and getting sore in spots that like shouldn't have been getting sore.
You need that. Like, you need carbs to help your body process everything else,
and I've been fucking pumping. Gym Crush 2 is back. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Now I'm motivated more than ever.
You have your muse.
Ever.
You have your muse now.
Dude. My muse is fucking... I can't believe it, man. That's why I was so upset about it. Because this girl is just so beautiful. It's fucked up.
Motivation.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Bro, I think this was a crazy podcast today. I think it was very good. Everything was perfect. Not without trying. We fucking tried. We tried to make everything perfect today.
I feel like it was easier for me this time because now that we have actually... We've ironed out a lot of the growing pains of this, right? We've done like 2 other like iterations on top of 2 episodes that are unreleased because we didn't really have the flow. There's a lot of things kind of going on, and we couldn't kind of maintain the conversation. And also, like I think as of more like my lesson of this week, right? When you kind of feel like, even though again it sucked to kind of
It's not a lesson.
No, but not lesson, but just more of like, what do I take away from this? Just like, well, no, I think it's just
keep pushing,
keep working,
clock in,
and be more certain of yourself. I think.
Hey, if you're already gonna put yourself out there and throw a risk, if you're gonna go out there, make a decision, full swing at it. Can't go half swing. You can't misinterpret this line. This line must be pushed because you're already risking it.
Yeah. But that's, that kind of
they already know.
That also ties back to, again, that question that we got asked by that girl earlier, right? It's just like, be certain of yourself. Like, there's always reasons for you to think about what, and you want this to work. You want every relationship to work. You're being reflective of yourself in that regard, right? But, don't be sure of what you are and what you bring to the table and what your intentions are. So it's okay. As long as you stay certain of yourself and stay true to yourself. I know that's like a very, campy, corny line, but you just got to do that. And nothing can take that away from you at the end of the day. And that's literally what I got from this week. And also what I feel like today, I was able to bring in like full force.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Not bad of a week. I think you had a really good week, actually. You have to change that to a net positive.
No, it's... I think rather than anything, it's just a lot of emotions going on.
Yeah.
So usually you're so used to kind of like the chill and monotonous of like a general week, and again, you get comfortable in that whole like routine of things, right? So when you have a week that kind of challenges, like that wavelength a bit, it's exhilarating. You're doing things, that you're not certain of, even with like a sense of failure being always a potential possibility, it's still changing it up. And that's cool. That's also what's great about it. It's just like it changes the pace because at some point you don't want to be stagnating. And that's literally what I always think about, like keep working at things, keep doing things, push yourself. I mean, in every way possible. That includes like career. And yeah, just don't be afraid to just go out there and put yourself there.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You guys are the greatest. We love you. We'll see you again next week. Mwah.
Thank you for coming out.